Imagine a beautiful white tiger standing in front of you. Its eyes shine like two pieces of ice. Its skin is as pure as snow, and it walks slowly and gracefully. Then it looks at you, as if it has come from a mythical world. But this is just the appearance of the story. Behind this beauty, a terrifying truth is hidden. A truth that zoos and animal exhibition centers have hidden for years. White tigers are not a rare species, nor a miracle of nature, but the result of a painful genetic disaster. Before we start the video, I hope you like this video and also hit the channel notification button. For centuries, white tigers have fascinated and captivated humans. These rare creatures have a mysterious allure, and unlike orange tigers, due to a rare genetic mutation, their skin is snow white with black stripes. These tigers are known as formidable predators in the wild. Of course, their white skin color might be a disadvantage in the wild, making them more visible to predators. However, white tigers remain powerful hunters, well adapted to their natural environment. These tigers have even found their place in mythology. For example, in Indian legends, these tigers are considered symbols of power, beauty, and even spiritual enlightenment. But what bitter truth exists about white tigers? Or in other words, what lies behind this beauty? White tigers are not a separate species, but rather a rare variant of the Bengal tiger. Their white color is due to a rare gene called leucism. This gene inhibits the production of the pigment pheomelanin, which is responsible for the orange color of tigers. However, this mutation does not eliminate all pigments, as white tigers still have black stripes. Although these stripes may be slightly lighter than those of orange tigers, blue eyes are another common feature of white tigers, attributed to leucism. The combination of white fur, black stripes, and blue eyes gives them a completely beautiful appearance. But contrary to popular belief, white tigers are not albino. Albinism causes a complete loss of pigmentation, and animals with this condition have pink or red eyes. However, white tigers still have some pigmentation in their skin and eyes. The painful point is that white tigers are mostly bred artificially through inbreeding. To explain it a bit more simply, inbreeding occurs when close family members, like parents and offspring or siblings, mate with each other. This type of breeding usually doesn't happen naturally and is more common in situations where the goal is to reproduce for a specific purpose, like passing on a particular trait. But what are the consequences of this practice? Well, naturally, due to this close inbreeding, defective genes present in both sides are passed on to the next generation. For example, in the case of white tigers, this genetic mutation that results in the tiger's white color is passed on to the offspring. But the bitter truth is that in addition to the white color gene being passed to these tigers, the likelihood of transmitting specific diseases and genetic problems also increases. Unfortunately, most of these tigers are born with terrible issues. Blindness, spinal defects, neurological problems, and bodies full of pain and suffering. Many of them even die before they can reach adulthood due to these genetic defects. And the few that survive experience an even harsher fate. The survivors, due to their appealing appearance, are drawn into a ruthless cycle of exploitation and display in zoos and recreational centers, and are forced to reproduce within this family cycle under human intervention. But where did the story of the white tigers begin? The first documented capture of a white tiger dates back to 1951, when a tiger cub named Mohan was found in India. The discovery of Mohan caused worldwide astonishment and sparked many discussions about the conservation of these rare animals. Unfortunately, this unique allure led to the exploitation of white tigers. Habitat loss and illegal hunting pushed them to the brink of extinction. However, the problem escalated when zoos and animal centers decided to turn the distinctive skin color of white tigers into a business and a lucrative trade. As a result, because white tigers appeared very special and striking, they quickly became a source of income. This is where the horrific process of inbreeding began. Since this genetic trait is very rare, the only way to produce more of these tigers was to mate them with their close family members. The result was that horrific genetic abnormalities appeared in these tigers. Defective eyes, mental issues, spinal deformities, and even the flattening of some of these cubs. Now, a question. Have you ever wondered why on Instagram and other places you always see healthy and beautiful white tigers, but there's no news of the sick and deformed tigers? The reason is simple. Cubs with severe problems either die very soon or are even killed. And if they aren't killed, they are kept hidden in back cages by the handlers. In this way, these poor and oppressed animals not only suffer, but also have shorter lives, because their bodies are not capable of surviving for long, and eventually, the genetic defects take them down. Now you might ask, why are white tigers still being bred? I mean, despite all these problems, why do zoos and recreational centers still produce these tigers? The answer is simple. Because of money. People love to see unique and rare animals and are willing to pay a lot of money to, for example, take a souvenir photo with a white tiger. But what they don't know is that the tiger they are taking a photo with is the result of a painful cycle of artificial breeding filled with suffering and torment. It's interesting to know that most of these centers claim they are working for the conservation of tigers. But the truth is, they have no role in preserving the population of wild tigers. A white tiger is never meant to go into the wild. They are merely commercial tools that are exploited to sell tickets and attract more visitors. If, like me, your heart aches, you might also be wondering how to stop this cruel cycle. Well, there's a hopeful aspect to this story. In recent years, public awareness about this issue has increased, and stricter laws have been enacted to prevent this practice. For example, in the United States, the Big Cat Public Safety Act, which you can see the name of on the screen, was signed by Joe Biden in December 2022, which somewhat curbed the trade of these animals. Before that, in 1973, India launched Project Tiger to protect these amazing big cats. This program focuses on habitat restoration, preventing illegal hunting, and encouraging local communities to coexist with tigers, and it has managed to increase the tiger population in India, creating hope for the future of this species. But you should know that these efforts are not enough. In many parts of the world, the ruthless trade of white tigers still continues. Therefore, as ordinary people, we must play our part in preventing this cycle of exploitation. But how? Very simply, by doing a few easy things. First, never support places that allow you direct interaction with tigers. Second, you might not think about the consequences when you're taking pictures with these tigers or even feeding white tiger cubs. But you should know that taking pictures with tiger cubs or feeding them in zoos means directly supporting this tradition. And finally, try to share this information with others as much as you can. For example, you can send this video to all your friends and increase public awareness on this topic as much as possible. What do you think? Before this video, did you know anything about the painful reality behind the beautiful white bears? I mean, did you know that this beauty comes at the cost of such a crime? Write your thoughts in the comments for us. And if you also know more information about white bears, their care centers, and ways to support them, be sure to comment for us. Now, considering what we've seen in this video, we know that white bears may seem beautiful, but behind this deceptive appearance lies a dark truth. They are the product of a deadly genetic mistake, created solely for trade and profit, not for the survival of nature. So every selfie, every entry ticket, and every visit to these zoos means continuing this cycle. As humans, we have a responsibility not to remain silent in the face of this injustice. Now that you know the truth, the choice is yours. To be a part of this painful cycle or to do something to save these animals.